you've been with me for a while, you know I have been sharing African tales with you for some time now. I'm so grateful for the love and support you have shown me on this journey. In this video, I'll be sharing my process, my tips for creating engaging stories that you have been enjoying. In the heart of the ancient Yoruba kingdom of Okeigbo, where the drums of tradition echoed through the hills and the whispers of the ancestors guided every step. The tale begins with Adiola, the Oba's only daughter, known for her beauty and grace. Her love was stolen by a man the kingdom would never approve of, Ayotunde, the humble but skilled Ayon. Just in case you are a storyteller, a content creator, or you are about to start a YouTube channel on African stories, then this video is for you. Welcome back to our channel. If it's your first time, you're welcome here. Please subscribe and turn on your notifications to be part of this community. So here is how I create my African tales or stories in few steps. The very first step I take is to write the story. If you're a good storyteller, you can go ahead and write your story the way you want it. But for me, I use this AI called ChatGPT. I know many of you have been hearing about ChatGPT. It's not new to us. So ChatGPT is a tool, it's an AI tool that helps to do a lot of tasks. Now, the first step, like I said, is to write the story, and I'm going to use ChatGPT to write my story. I'll tell ChatGPT to give me a list of title ideas for an animated YouTube video series about a dramatic African love story set in the Yoruba culture. You guys, if you've been following me, you will notice I use Yoruba culture or Yoruba names for my stories. So I will just say African love story set in the Yoruba culture. If you can add wherever you want to add, maybe the Igbo culture, Hausa culture, Ghana culture, for whatever culture you want to put there, please put here. So include things like forbidden love, family conflict, tradition, betrayal, or deception. Or, just give it an idea of what to give you. So on writing this, I'm going to click on this send, and ChatGPT is going to write me some story ideas or titles that I can write story on. I can decide to ask you to give me more ideas, okay, or choose from any of these to write my story. Let me go with number 4, just for the purpose of this video. So I'll just paste this prompt here. Can you see this prompt here? Give me a story to narrate with a voice for an animated African story for the title. Now I'm going to copy this title here, this one I have here, and I'll paste it right here. Okay, so give me a story to narrate with voice for an animated African story for this title, Destiny's Betrayal, the love that shook a kingdom. Now, the story is for my YouTube channel, so make it engaging and attention grabbing. Now depends on how long you want your story to be. If you want your story to be up to 10 minutes, you will need to instruct ChatGPT to do so. Because if you just go ahead with this prompt, ChatGPT will not really will not give you a long story. So you just write this prompt. Add, please do not stop, so you can continue. Then before then, you can just add here, use maybe Yoruba names in my own case, or just say use Yoruba names and locations for this story. So then you say, please do not stop writing, so you can continue later. I'm going to send this, and then ChatGPT is going to respond with this story.
A few moments later.
See, ChatGPT has written the story for us, but if you scroll down to the end, you will see this. But this was not the end of the tale. It was because I instructed ChatGPT not to end the story, okay, so that it can continue. So I'll just write it there and say, please continue, but do not stop. So you can continue again. And I'll send this. As you can see, ChatGPT has gotten to the end of this phase. So if you're not still satisfied with the length, you can go ahead and tell it to continue writing. But for me, I am okay. So I'll just go ahead and copy all this I'll just go ahead and copy the story and paste it in my Google Docs. I use Google Docs. Please know that you can do all this with your phone. It is not limited to using a computer, but it is easier when you're using a computer. All right. So I'll just go to Google Docs. I like saving my work in Google Docs. I'll just go here to Google Docs and save what I have generated from ChatGPT. Just come here and copy the first part of the story, create a blank document, and I'll paste. Okay. Just delete this part, and then so I have my story. Now the next step, which is step 2, is to write prompt to generate the images that we're going to use to represent the scenes of the story. All right. So to make it easier, our AI to ChatGPT will do the work instead of going through the stress of doing it manually. So what I will just do is I'll just say, please generate 30 captivating. It could be more than that, 50. If you want your story to be more engaging, it could be up to 100. Okay, you can just say, please generate 50 captivating image prompts for this story. So in this bracket, we're going to paste story here. I'll just go ahead and copy the story that I pasted in my Google Docs, come back to ChatGPT and paste. Okay, so I've pasted it here. So I'll just tell it to generate 50 captivating image prompts for this story in bracket like this. Okay, so I can just put it at the end of this. Please make sure you generate prompts in line with every scene in this story. As you can see, everyone, ChatGPT has provided 50 detailed image prompts for the story. There's a break right here. Just tell ChatGPT to continue generating. And also, I want to let you know that in case you don't like how the prompt is written, what I usually do is this. I will say, modify the prompt to include a realistic image or a realistic image, then add the phrase an African. So you're saying you should say an African male or female in each of the characters stated based on text, okay, of the character. So I'm just going to go ahead and send. Can you see? Can you see that ChatGPT has modified our prompt? So the first prompt we have here is a realistic image of an African princess, Adiola, standing gracefully in the palace courtyard. You can actually decide to modify each of these prompts too as you generate your image. We'll get to that and I'll tell you how we go about it. So please watch this video to the end so you can get every bit of how I make my African Tales story video. So the next step is to generate images using the prompts that we have gotten from ChatGPT. So I'm going to open another tab and I'll open Bing Image Generator, Microsoft Bing Image Creator. Like I said earlier, you can use your mobile phone to do all this. The only advantage is that it will be slow for you. Okay, using a computer makes it easy since you can navigate between your windows while you're working. Okay, so I have Bing Image Creator opened. It's also called Copilot. Okay, so I'm going to go back to ChatGPT and copy this first prompt. I'll just copy this first prompt and I paste it here. So I can go ahead and modify it as I want. I can just the palace courtyard of Okigbo. I can just include what she's wearing. Maybe wearing an Ankara attire, a headband. Then I can include the age I like. So I can just say 30 or 25 years old. So, and then I'm going to click on create, generate the image.
A few moments later.
Okay. So as you can see, it has generated 4 different images in line with this prompt. So you can decide to save the 4 of them. It depends on how you want it. This looks so beautiful. All of them are beautiful. Decide to choose any one of them. I think I'll go with this because this looks more cultural, you know. You can choose any of them. Choose any of them. So I'll just go ahead and right click and save this image. I'll just save all these 4 pictures because you may need them in your along the line in your story. Okay. So I'll just save them. I saved as 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. And then I'll go ahead and continue to paste this prompt according to what I have here. Just go ahead and paste the prompt, you know, in my Bing and then generate images. So I'm going to do this for a few more times off camera and I'll come back to continue with the next step. I have generated up to 10 pictures or images to represent our story. So for the full story, you will need to, do up to the 50, like I stated earlier. So if you are doing 50, you need to generate 50 images for your story. If you are doing 30, this you do so. You'll notice that Bing only provides or generates the free version. Yes, the free version of Bing gives this square shape image, and this is naturally not good for YouTube video. Okay, it's not good for a YouTube video. So I'm going to expand or alter this image to give me 16 by 9 in form of a rectangle. You may not do so for all your images. Sometimes I don't do so for all my images. I just expand them while editing. So I head on to Canva and I create a new design. Okay, I create YouTube thumbnail in this case. I just want to show you how you can expand the image so you can fit into the size that YouTube recommends for its long form videos. I'm going to import the images one after the other. I said earlier you may not need to expand all of them if the images are wide enough. The view is enough for you to be able to zoom when you're editing. You understand when we get there. Okay, so I just want to show you how you can do so for images that you feel that when you zoom it will cut off some part. I always prefer to expand them in my Canva. So I go to upload and I upload those images. I'm going to pick the images one after the other. I'll just expand right here. Okay, and then click on edit image. You can only do this using the Canva Pro version, and for you to be able to have access to that, is either you subscribe to the Canva Pro version, or you can reach out to me so I can show you how you can join a team. So I'll click on the image and click on edit image, and I click on magic expand. So you click on the whole image and then you click on magic expand. You can see that the image has been expanded and I have 4 options here. So I can decide to go the one that I feel is better. I think this number 4 is better. Okay. And I'm going to scroll down and click on done. So this is available on the Canva Pro, and for you to have access to Canva Pro is that you pay for the Canva Pro version or you join a team, you join a premium team. So to join a team, you can reach out to me. Just click on the link in the description box below this video to have access to the Canva Pro uh for life, okay, at a discounted rate. So you can join a team to have access to all these features. Now I'm going to go ahead and save this. I'll just download and I save. I prefer to save on JPG so that the video will not be too heavy. If I save on PNG, it may be a little bit large. So by the time we are combining all these pictures together, the video may be large, and I download. So that will save it on your device. Now I'm going to do this for the other images as well. I just delete this one, bring the second one, expand this like I did the other one. Can you see this is also expanded and it looks more beautiful? So I'll just go ahead and pick this one and click on done and then download. I have expanded the 10 images we're going to be using for this story. Now this takes us to step 5, which is for us to narrate the story. So you need to do a voiceover narrating the story, or you can use AI to narrate the story for you. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to show you how I do my voiceover. So I just go to this online voice order. You can use any other method that you know or you find out eventually. So I just do my recordings right here and I save them. Before I go ahead and read my script, this is what I do. I just put this on one side. I bring out my story on this side. So I have 2 windows open side by side. So it will be easier for me to read my script and record at the same time. I just place it like this and then and I click on this red button so I can record. Okay, so I just record this way. In the art of the ancient Yoruba kingdom of Okeigbo, where the drums of tradition echoed through the hills and the whispers of the ancestors. So I just click on this button, to end that if I cannot record at a stretch. And then I click on save, and I save in the sequence 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, depending on how I did the recordings. Okay, so I already have a folder named voices, so I am keeping this in one folder so that it will be easier to sort when it's time for editing. I click on save. This is how I'm going to be doing for others. If you can read all your scripts at a go without any issue, any mistake, you can just read all at once, but I know it's not possible. So you can just take a break, record up to maybe 2 paragraphs, then you save and you continue like that, and you save your audio in the sequence 1, 2, 3, 4, or any format you feel is okay for you. Now I've put all my voices together. For the purpose of this video, I made about 4 parts. I made them in 4 parts, and now we'll proceed to step 6. We'll be putting all these elements together in form of a video. So I'm going to be using the tool called CapCut. CapCut is available as an application on a computer, or you can have it on your phone. So I have CapCut open on my computer. I have it as an application. I click on create project to create a new project, and this is what you're going to see when you open CapCut. So the next thing is for us to import all the elements that we have gathered earlier. You can start with the voices. I'm going to start with the voices. I'm just going to import all of them. I just import all these 4 parts that I have. So you can see them on this side of the CapCut application. So you can see that the 4 are highlighted already. I just click and drag to the work area. So I have the 4 already imported here or dragged here. So that's for the voices. I'm going to import the images that we generated earlier. I come to this import and then go to scenes. These are the expanded images that I have. So I'll just import all of them. I drag them over to this part. You would see that the images have been imported. Now we need to edit in such a way that the voice goes in line with the scene. For each of these images now, you can just increase the face here so that you can see properly. So we are going to make sure that the image aligns with your voice. Now, before we proceed to make sure that the images align with the voice, the first part of the story. The story says, in the art of the ancient Yoruba kingdom. I'm going to generate an image for that. That was omitted by ChatGPT. So I have it generated. So you can just copy that part and put ChatGPT to generate the prompt to, give us this particular image. I said earlier that I was going to show you how you can expand or zoom your image to fit this YouTube required ratio. Then before we proceed, I'm sorry, I already changed the ratio to 16:9 here, right here. So that's the format for YouTube long videos. If you don't change it, it won't give you what you want, okay? So I already changed it to 16:9, and that's why we have this rectangle space. So you can see that this image that was generated by Bing doesn't cover this space. That is the reason why I expanded all these other images. Now for this first one, because it's already a square, let me show you how you can expand it to fit this particular rectangle, just in case you want to use it like that. If the image is okay to use it like that, you can just use this method. So I'll just come to this side where I have scale. It's available too on your mobile phone. You just place your 2 fingers on the image and zoom, like you're dragging it to fill up the space. So I'm just going to click on scale. I'll just scale it up to make it, bigger or wider to fit this frame. But for some images that it might actually crop up the edge, some parts of the images, is the reason why I expanded. Okay, so now we have the first one like that. So I'm going to follow what I have in my voice to arrange this. You click on each of this image and extend them to where based on the narration, so it will fit the voice properly. I have extended this now, so I'll just extend this. I'll just do this behind the scene, and after that we're going to go ahead and export our video. Once I'm done with this, I'll just go ahead and export the video. While you are editing, you can go ahead and play
in the art
video
of the ancient Yoruba kingdom of
okay, so you can map it to the image. So I'll go ahead and do all this behind the scene, and I'll export the video. This is where to export here. I'll just save it and export, and then you have your story. Now, the next step is to design your thumbnail. When you're scrolling down YouTube, what you see before you click on any video to watch is called, all these ones, they are called thumbnails. I'm going to just quickly create a thumbnail for the purpose of this video, but please, I don't want this video to be too long. If you want me to do a detailed tutorial on how to create a beautiful thumbnail for an African tale, please let me know in the comment section. I have designed a simple thumbnail for this story, as you can see. If you want me to take you through how to design thumbnails for African tale videos, please let me know in the comment section. Now, the final step is for you to upload your video to YouTube. So if you haven't created the channel, you create a new channel and you start uploading these stories. As you create them, you upload them. You just come to this side and click on create to upload your video. I wouldn't want to go into much details because this video will be too long. If you want me to break down all the steps into detailed videos, please let me know in the comments. I know you love this video. Please click like, comment, and subscribe for more content. You could make a substantial income posting this kind of stories. There are a lot of channels making a lot of money in this niche. Anyo, drummer who played at royal ceremonies. Ayotunde was a man of honor and deep respect for tradition, but when his eyes met Adeola's during a festival under the golden moon of Odunewi, something beyond tradition sparked between them. A connection so deep it was as if their souls had known each other for lifetimes. They met in secret, far from the prying eyes of the palace, hidden by the towering Iroko trees of the sacred forest. They made promises under the stars, but as their love grew, so did the dangers that surrounded them.